everybody, it's Safi and Marco dish out on the movies today. And I guess I will tell you I saw Toy Story 4.
I didn't see it because, it sucks. I saw the trailer and it sucks. Right, Safi?
Actually, no, but I'll discuss that later. The trailer was not good. I totally agree, but I'll talk about that later. Anyway, Toy Story 4 opens up with Andy. Remember him? Playing with Woody. Then a scene where Andy hands Woody off to the little girl before he leaves for college. Finally, we head a little more into the future where it's pouring out. And Woody and the toys are rescuing the car. I can't think of the name of the car. From way down below in a storm drain. The water is running fast, and the car is about to be caught up in it and swept away forever. With some stealthy maneuvers, they get the toy car back in the house. But where's Woody? Just as he was about to climb back into the window, the mom shuts it and he gets stuck outside. Unfortunately, he looks in the window and sees them take Bo Peep and the sheep. And the father holds them up, and the little girl decides that she doesn't want them anymore. The father carries the box containing Bo Peep and her sheep to the car in a cardboard box, but he forgets something and returns to the house. Woody races to the box and tries to get Bo Peep to come with him, but she refuses. And the father emerges from the house and takes her away. Now we're back in the future another 6 years. Of course, you don't find that out until later in the movie, how many years has gone by since Bo Peep left. Woody and all the toys from before, including a felt girl doll, belong to the little girl. She's been leaving Woody in the closet lately and not playing with him as much. The next day something is different. The little girl is going to kindergarten orientation, but she doesn't want to go and starts crying. Woody sneaks into her backpack because he feels like it's his responsibility as as the little girl's toy to help her. The teacher sits her down at a table all by herself, which I thought was kind of odd because all the other kids were at tables, and this was the only one where there was one kid by her or himself, and that was her. But she gave her some craft supplies, which brightened her spirits. Just as she's about to make something, a boy walks up to the table and takes everything, and she's left with nothing. And she's very sad about that, which I think stinks, and she kind of puts her head down. But of course, she doesn't see that the greedy boy has so much stuff that he accidentally bumps into the trash can and spills half of it in there. Woody sneaks to the trash can, knocks it over, and out spills a few crayons, a plastic fork spoon, eyes, and a few other craft pieces, and he puts them onto the desk. The little girl lifts up her head. She didn't see him, and nobody else did too. But she sees those supplies, and she starts making a little figure out of the fork spoon. And she calls it Forky. It had little eyes, and you've seen the picture in the trailer, a little mouth that has like a stand, which it looks like it was made out of gum. Old gum, I'm not sure. And then from then on, Woody decides Forky is the little girl's new toy and is very important to her. So for the next, I don't know what it was, 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, Forky annoyingly tries throwing himself away into the trash, anywhere. He doesn't want to be a toy, he says. I'm trash. Molly's parents decide before she goes to school to take a road trip in their RV to a special place that is having Carnival Week. And there's a little town with an antique shop. I mention that because it will play a significant part in the movie later. as they're driving along and they stop, Forky jumps out of the RV, and Woody has to jump out and rescue him. Meanwhile, all the toys in the RV are still there, and Woody and Forky look up and see they have to walk the 4 miles that are left to go to the RV park. This is where all the rest of the adventures begin, where Bo Peep and her sheep come into the picture, the evil toys in the antique shop are introduced.
Flo?
Bo Peep and her sheep. I didn't change it on the paper. Keanu Reeves, Evel Knievel motorcycle character. He's called something else. He's actually some kind of motorcycle character from Canada. A miniature plastic policewoman in Jordan and Peele's portrayal of a stuffed carnival duo. There's plenty of adventure, action, sadness, and happiness, and a great comedic scene where the toys take over the GPS and the driving of the RV. It's hilarious. The parents can't figure out what's going on, and a cop has to chase them down. The ending isn't what you would expect, but you could tell it was a series finale. I know these days that movie makers like to keep adding sequels or do live action remakes, so I guess you can never say never, but it sure felt like it was the end to me. When I saw a trailer for this movie, now I'm going to be talking about this trailer business, which Marco and I both saw. He may have seen more than one. I just saw one.
We did a reaction to it, but I didn't post it because I kind of felt like we should wait to see the movie,
Okay.
since it is Toy Story after all.
Well, the trailer was horrible because
horrible.
the trailer represented about a 16th of what the movie was, which was nothing.
It was just a montage of things happening with sappy music in the background, and it looked like it was going to be the worst Toy Story ever.
It did. And in fact, the trailer, you would think a trailer, the purpose of a trailer would be to encourage people to see the movie, make them excited. Oh, wow, this looks really good. I want to go see the movie. That's usually what they do. But this one was horrible, and I was so unenthusiastic.
Or they show the whole movie. That's another thing trailers do nowadays.
Oh, yeah,
they
well,
show
this
all
did
the
not show the whole movie. This actually showed, like I said, such a minute fraction of even where the movie takes place. So anyway, I didn't even want to see the movie. And there's an option, because it seems like every movie these days you can see it in 3D. And I said, I don't even want to see it in 3D. And I'm just like, oh. But anyway, I went to see it, and I had very low expectations. So but you know what? I ended up very happily surprised at what I saw. A very complete, heartwarming story with a beginning that drew all the old fans into today with the little girl to bring in a new audience as well. The writers took great care in making this movie into something fun and special and meaningful. So go see it. You won't be sorry if you were a fan of the original movies. I think you will enjoy it as much as I did. The only part I want to say that I didn't care for was when Forky kept trying to go to the trash. But he finally comes around with Woody's helpful guidance, of course. I will give Toy Story 4 a big spoonful of dirt cake, which, if you don't know, is cream cheese, Cool Whip, margarine, sugar, it's powdered sugar, and instant vanilla pudding layered into a pot with crushed up Oreo cookies. And by a pot, I mean a flower pot. So it looks like a flower pot full of dirt. Everyone loves this dessert. In fact, I will be making it for the 4th of July holiday
Yeah, it's typically
next week.
something that we have every 4th of July. It's like the perfect dessert you have in the summer because it's representative of all the flowers, all of the yard work you have to do, mowing the lawn, doing all that kind of crap, getting dirt all over you and grass crap.
Well, the reason why I thought it'd be apropos because like I said, it looks like a flower pot of dirt. I used to take it to all kinds of parties, and I get some plastic flowers, and you're supposed to put it in the dirt, and you're even supposed to get some gummy worms and hide them in the dirt, which is Oreo cookies. And I would actually have people thinking, why is she bringing a pot of dirt and putting it on the table with all the food? And I actually had somebody ask me, and like I'm stupid, and I was like they were gonna throw me out of the party.
And usually it's better than all the food on the table.
But underneath the dirt, which is, like I said, Oreo cookies, it's a very sweet, tasty, interesting dessert. And that's what this movie is. No matter that the trailer is like the dirt, and it's underneath it all, the whole movie, it's really, really good. So go and see it. You won't be sorry at all.
Now, I have to question you the fact that you used only a spoonful
Well,
of
I
dirt
mean,
cake.
you
A
don't,
spoonful?
you don't,
That's
a
all the spoon
ladle
is?
full.
Oh, that.
Ladle, not a little
So, in other words,
teaspoon, like a ladle, like a serving.
a small sundae bowl.
Yeah, something like that. Or cereal bowl, whatever you have.
See, she doesn't really go that in depth with her food ratings compared to me. It's usually more about feelings and stuff. You don't have any Sour Patch Kids in her desserts.
No, not in this movie.
Yeah.
No, this movie, all the characters play a very meaningful part, and they're appropriate and funny, meaning they're appropriately funny. Nothing is out of place or shouldn't be there or.
Speaking of shouldn't be there,
they all work as a team to make the movie really good.
Was there any agenda stuff in the movie?
Well, I guess there was something really small, but
that doesn't count.
That I didn't
I know
even notice. But with somebody who is hearing disabled in the classroom, but I didn't see that. And if I didn't see it, of course, I'm not really good with remembering everything, like the little girl's name, even though I saw it written.
Bonnie.
Written on the bottom of her feet multiple times, bottom of the toys. Even the Forky, she even writes her name on the feet of the Forky figure. So, no, I don't think so. And that's really about all I have to say.
Is this the best Toy Story in the series?
It's like, if you like the first and the second, I didn't really like the third that much.
I didn't like the third either. We both did not like the third.
But if you look at it as bookends, it's a nice ending bookend to the movie series. So, because like I said, from what I can see, it was a series finale, and from what I've heard what the actors say about it, the way they felt and acted, and about talking about the whole thing, the whole series, it sounded like the ending to me. So the first two movies are like one side of the bookcase, and this movie represents the other side, and it's very complete.
And personally, it sounds like it makes the third one even worse because you're saying Bonnie isn't even playing with Woody. And so, like, why did Andy have to give Woody to her if she's not even going to play with him?
Well, when we get to that,
sick.
At the very beginning, like I said, they have Woody's there with Andy, like it's like a scene from the first movie. And then you see the scene from that third movie where, or I don't even know if they show this scene, but he is giving...
It's the third movie.
I said that, the third movie. He's giving Woody to the little girl. She takes him, And they do show her playing with them and playing with them, but they have this scene in this movie near the beginning.
Where she's not playing with them.
Well, what happens is everything's all put away, and when she gets up in the morning, she has permission to get everything out. And so all the toys are all in the closet. And she comes and flings open the door, and she takes all these toys out and shuts it and leaves him in there with something.
Yeah, that's really sickening to me, how Woody gets treated.
But she does bring him.
He's the best toy out of all of them, obviously.
Well, she does bring him on the RV trip. She brings all. In fact, it was really weird. She brought all the toys, Jesse and what's his name, Tim Allen's.
All the other
Buzz
ones.
Lightyear, all of them. The pony, everybody, which is really weird that she's allowed to bring all that stuff.
I really think,
space.
After what you've said, I think that this should be the last movie with the main toys, and then I think that they should do more Toy Story movies that are spin-offs with other characters in the series who aren't really a part of the main movies, because I think it's a great idea, and that they should do some other types of things instead of just focusing on these toys.
I don't know. But if you have any doubts after seeing any of those trailers, because I'm sure there was more than one about this movie, just pretend like you never saw the trailer, because it doesn't do any good. And Keanu Reeves' character, I would never have known that was his voice. It's just because everybody's been making such a big deal about it. But he was a great character, and he did a good job. So, I mean, it's like totally antithetical to being in the Matrix and shooting bad guys and all the other things he's done. I've never seen any of the John Wick movies, but anyway, this was it was a good. Like I said, all of the characters played an important part in the development of the story, and it was appropriate. Nobody, except for maybe Woody and Bo Peep, had a bigger role. In fact, the toys actually had but I think it was really like this in the other movie. The toys had a lot bigger role than the little girl. Little girl really didn't have that big a role at all.
Well, that's good,
she was
because
hardly in the movie. So
I don't like her because she won't play with Woody.
There was another little girl in it. She comes into the picture later.
Don't spoil anything else. Let people see it for themselves.
I will. But anyway, mainly it was the toys. They were the featured part. They were the featured characters in the movie. So I think that's it.
Yep.
So we'll say goodbye now.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.